close your eyes. Imagine a path made of smooth silver stones. The air here is cool, carrying the faint scent of cedarwood and dried lavender. It is the blue hour, that magical moment between dusk and deep night, where the sky is a velvet gradient of indigo and violet. You are walking toward a building that has stood for 1,000 years, the celestial Library of Aethelgard. The library sits on the edge of a quiet cliff, overlooking a sea of clouds that move like slow-motion silk. There is no wind here, only the softest hum of the universe. As you reach the heavy oak doors, you notice the intricate carvings of vines and constellations. You press your hand against the wood. It is warm, radiating a gentle energy. The doors creak open with a sound that is more like a sigh than a groan. Inside, the air changes. It is thicker, hushed, and smells of old parchment, beeswax candles, and a hint of vanilla tea. The ceiling is so high it disappears into a soft golden mist. Thousands of shelves stretch upward, filled with books bound in leather, silk, and starlight. You take your first step onto the plush emerald green carpet. Your footsteps make no sound. You are safe here. This place was built for your rest. You walk deeper into the library, passing rows of books whose titles glow faintly in the dark. The history of falling snow, a guide to the dreams of Wales, the architecture of clouds. In the center of the main hall, hundreds of paper lanterns float in the air, drifting like slow bubbles in a stream. They emit a soft amber light that pulses like a slow heartbeat. You find a high-backed velvet armchair placed perfectly by a tall, arched window. Outside the window, a gentle rain begins to fall. You can hear the rhythmic patter-patter against the glass, a natural metronome for your breathing. You sit down, and the chair molds perfectly to your body, supporting your neck, your shoulders, and your spine. You feel a heavy, warm blanket draped over your lap. It feels like a hug from the universe. As you sit, an elderly librarian, the weaver, approaches. They do not speak. They simply nod with a kind, knowing smile and place a cup of tea on a small wooden table beside her. The steam rises in swirls, dancing with the light of the lanterns. The weaver opens a massive, hand-painted book and begins to read in a voice that sounds like the rustle of autumn leaves. They tell the story of a star that decided to take a nap in a field of sunflowers. The weaver turns the parchment page, and as the sound of the paper rustling fills the room, you find yourself transported. You are no longer just sitting in the library. You are witnessing the journey of a small glowing ember named Lumi. Lumi is a fragment of a fallen star, drifting slowly through the valley of the silver birches. Imagine these trees. Their bark is as white as moonlight, smooth to the touch, and marked with dark, eye-shaped knots that seem to watch the world in a state of eternal meditation. In this valley, the grass is a deep shade of teal, and every blade is tipped with a single drop of dew that never falls. As Lumi floats, the air feels like cool water against skin. There is a lake in the center of the valley, its surface so still it looks like a giant, dark mirror. Lumi descends toward the water. You watch as the reflection of the silver trees meets the real trees at the shoreline, creating a world of perfect symmetry. The sound here is hypnotic. It is the sound of the birches swaying, not in a wind, but in a slow, rhythmic pulse. Shitch, bitch, shitch, chitch. You begin to match your breathing to the trees. In and out. The ember touches the surface of the lake, and instead of a splash, It creates a ripple of light that spreads slowly, wider and wider, until the entire lake glows with a soft bioluminescent blue. The scene shifts slightly as the weaver's voice grows even softer, dropping to a gentle, melodic whisper. Lumi drifts away from the lake and toward a small stone cottage nestled between the roots of a giant willow tree. This is the home of the master clockmaker of dreams. Inside the cottage, the walls are lined with thousands of clocks, but they do not tick-tock. Instead, they hum. Each clock is filled not with gears, but with captive starlight and shifting sands. One clock tracks the growth of moss on a distant mountain. Another measures the time it takes for a flower to decide to bloom. The clockmaker is sitting by a low-burning fire. The wood in the fireplace is seasoned apple wood, popping occasionally with a friendly, muffled sound. The master is polishing a glass orb. You watch their hands, slow, deliberate, and calm. Every movement is a lesson in patience. Time, the weaver narrates, is not a river that carries you away. Here, time is a blanket that covers you. You watch the shadows of the willow branches dance on the stone floor of the cottage. They move in slow, graceful arcs. The warmth from the clockmaker's fire reaches you back in the velvet chair in the library. You feel your eyelids becoming heavy, like leaden silk. The scent of the applewood smoke blends with the lavender of the library. You are drifting, floating between the silver trees and the humming clocks. Behind the library, through a pair of tall glass doors that feel cool to the fingertips, lies the garden of perpetual twilight. In this garden, the sun has already set, but the night has not yet fully arrived. The sky is a permanent shade of deep plum, streaked with veins of rose gold. You step onto a path made of crushed quartz. It crunches softly under your feet, a muted, rhythmic sound that feels grounding. As you walk, you notice that the plants here do not need sunlight. They drink the moonbeams. There are moondrop lilies that only open when the stars are out. Their petals are translucent, like frosted glass, and they vibrate almost imperceptibly with a low, humming frequency. You find a stone bench covered in a layer of soft, silver moss. Sitting here, you look up at the great willow of whispers. Its branches hang down like long, weeping tresses of light, reaching all the way to the ground. When the air moves, just a tiny, invisible breath of air, the willow's leaves brush against each other with the sound of 1,000 silk ribbons sliding together. Hush, Hushora. The sound seems to echo the name of the very place you are in. You realize that the garden is breathing with you. As you inhale, the lilies glow a bit brighter. As you exhale, their light dims into a soft, hazy blue. Close your eyes once more and find that smooth, velvet chair inside the celestial library. The rain against the arched window has now softened into a faint, rhythmic melody, like a quiet heartbeat. Drip, drip, drip. The elderly weaver, with their kind and knowing hands, is now weaving something new. Not from wool or silk, but from starlight and the threads of time. Imagine a loom made of ancient, dark wood that smells faintly of cedar and sage. The weaver is sitting perfectly still. They hold a shuttle that glimmers like a fallen star. As they slide it across the warp, they are creating a fabric. Focus your attention on this texture. The fabric is not flat. It has depth. It is composed of 1,000 interwoven patterns, all made of pulsing soft light. If you look closely, you can see tiny silver constellations forming in the weave. then shifting and reforming into ancient, comforting symbols. There is a symbol for peace. There is a symbol for safety. There is a symbol for home. The sound of the loom is a low, rhythmic hum. Hum, hush, hum, hush. It matches the low hum of the floating lanterns and the quiet rhythm of the rain. The weaver turns a new page in their massive book, and their voice drops to a near whisper, guiding you out of the library and into the garden of whispering waters, which lies behind the main hall. In this garden, the light is always a permanent shade of deep amethyst and pale violet. The air is cool and smells of jasmine and ancient moss. A path made of smooth, crushed quartz crunches gently under your feet, a muted, grounding sound. Crunch, crunch. You find a stone bench covered in a soft silver moss. Sit down. Look up at the great willow of whispers. Its branches hang down like long, weeping tresses of light, reaching all the way to the ground. When a tiny, invisible breath of air moves through them, they brush against each other with the sound of 1,000 silk ribbons sliding together. Sidge, hush, Hushora. The sound seems to echo the name of the very place you are in. You realize that the garden is breathing with you. As you inhale, the lilies in the garden glow a bit brighter. As you exhale, their light dims into a soft, hazy blue. A tiny spark of light rises from a lily. It drifts slowly, spiraling around a floating lantern, and disappears into the vast indigo sky. Your thoughts feel like that spark. They are small, they are light, and they are drifting away, one by one. The river in this garden flows with liquid stardust. It is honey slow and perfectly still. If you listen closely, you can hear its whisper, not a sound of rushing water, but the quiet rustle of old, comforting memories. The scene shifts again, and the weaver's voice becomes even softer. Drop into a deep, melodic whisper. Lumi, the small, glowing ember that has been your guide, has found a new resting place. It has found a small stone cottage nestled between the ancient, breathing roots of the great willow. This is the home of the master clockmaker of dreams. Inside the cottage, the walls are lined with thousands of clocks, but they do not tick-tock. They do not create a rhythm of rushing. Instead, they hum. Each clock is a glass orb filled not with gears, but with captive starlight and shifting sands. One clock tracks the growth of moss on a distant mountain. Another measures the time it takes for a flower to decide to bloom. The clockmaker is sitting by a low-burning fire of seasoned applewood. The master is polishing a glass orb. Watch their hands. Slow, deliberate, and calm. Every movement is a lesson in patience. Slow down your thoughts to match these hands. Time, the weaver narrates, is not a river that carries you away. Here, time is the blanket that covers you. You watch the shadows of the willow branches dance on the stone floor of the cottage. They move in slow, graceful arcs. The warmth from the clockmaker's fire reaches you back in your velvet chair in the library. You feel your eyelids becoming heavy, like lead and silk. The scent of the applewood smoke blends with the lavender. You are drifting, floating between the silver trees and the humming clocks. The library will be here when you wake, but for now, the story is over and the dream is beginning. Deeper and deeper. Leave the master clockmaker's hearth, feeling the residue of that applewood warmth. Step softly back onto the plush emerald green carpet of the library. Walk toward the tall glass doors at the far end of the hall. They feel cool to the fingertips, press your hand against the glass. Outside lies the garden of perpetual twilight. In this garden, the sun has already set, but the night has not yet arrived. The sky is a permanent shade of deep amethyst and pale violet, streaked with veins of rose gold. You step onto a path made of crushed quartz. It crunches softly under your feet, a muted grounding sound. Crunch, crunch, crunch. As you walk, you notice that the plants here do not need sunlight. They drink the moonbeams. There are moondrop lilies that only open when the stars are out. Their petals are translucent, like frosted glass, and they vibrate almost imperceptibly with a low, humming frequency. As you breathe in, the lilies glow a bit brighter. As you breathe out, their light dims into a soft, hazy blue. Look deeper and deeper. A single drop of dew is forming on a moondrop petal. It doesn't look like water. It looks like a pearl of starlight. Watch it grow very slowly until it is heavy. Then it falls, but it doesn't splash. It drifts down so slowly that you cannot be sure when it touches the moss. You find a stone bench covered in a layer of soft silver moss. Sitting here, you look up at the great willow of whispers. Its branches hang down like long, weeping tresses of light, reaching all the way to the ground, creating a curtain of soft glow. When the air moves, just a tiny invisible breath of air, the willow's leaves brush against each other. Hush, hush, Hushora. The sound is not like leaves. It is like the rustle of 1,000 silk ribbons sliding together. You realize that the garden is breathing with you, matching its rhythm, in and out, deeper, deeper, and further. From the willow branches, tiny sparks of light rise, no bigger than grains of sand. They rise slowly, spiraling around a floating lantern, and disappear into the vast indigo sky. Your thoughts feel like those sparks. They are small, they are light, and they are drifting away one by one. At the edge of the garden, the river of stardust flows in heavy, honey-slow undulations, moving toward the vast, silent sea. But you are not just watching the river anymore, you are floating on it. You feel yourself becoming light as the paper lantern, drifting effortlessly. The sky above is a mosaic of stars, all of them comforting. The stars do not twinkle, they glow. The river flows into the sea of infinite dreams. This is where every story ever told, every dream ever dreamed, comes to rest. The sea is perfectly calm, perfectly dark, perfectly safe. The weaver's voice is now so faint, it feels like a thought in your own mind. They are describing the way the sea eventually becomes the great silence, where time stops and only rest remains. You are not just tired, you are profoundly at peace. The library will be here when you wake. But for now, the story is over and the dream is beginning. Deeper and deeper and deeper. Returning from the garden, you find yourself walking through a new part of the library, the Hall of Whispering Echoes. The floor here is made of dark, polished obsidian, reflecting the starlight from the high dome above like a frozen lake. Every thought you've had today, every worry, every little task, you see them now as tiny, flickering candles lined up along the walls. And as you walk past them, one by one, a gentle, cool breeze follows you. Watch as the first candle flickers and goes out. Watch the second one fade and vanish. The hallway grows darker, but it is not a scary darkness. It is the darkness of a warm, safe cocoon. With every candle that goes out, your body feels 10 pounds heavier. Your feet sink deeper into the invisible softness of the hall. You are walking toward the very heart of the library, the chamber of deepest sleep. In the center of this chamber, there is no furniture, no books, and no lanterns. There is only a pool of the velvet void. It is a space of pure, soft shadow that feels like the finest silk against your mind. You don't walk into it. You simply let go. You let your consciousness drift into the shadow. It is perfectly silent here. The rain has stopped. The clocks have ceased their humming. The weaver has closed the final book. In this void, there is no yesterday and no tomorrow. There is only the sensation of being held by the universe itself. You are like a feather floating in a vast, dark sky. You are like a single drop of water resting on a lotus leaf. Now, the story is no longer outside of you. The story is your breath. Inhale, and you are the starlight. Exhale, and you are the shadow. Feel the weight of your eyelids. They are so heavy now, sealed with the wax of 1,000 peaceful dreams. Your heart is beating in a slow, steady, and calm rhythm, the same rhythm as the ancient trees of Aethelgard. The Library of Hushora is now closing its doors for the night. The silver stones are cooling. The embers in the hearth have turned to gray ash. But you are already far away. You are crossing the bridge made of whispers, entering the kingdom where only peace resides. Sleep now, deep, deep sleep. The stars are watching. The sea is singing. As you rest in your velvet chair, the walls of the library begin to dissolve into a soft, golden mist. You find yourself standing on a platform made of polished moonstone. A train is approaching, the Midnight Express. It moves without a sound, sliding along tracks of liquid silver. The train is made of dark mahogany wood and brass that glows like embers. The windows are large and arched, reflecting the galaxies above. As the door opens, a warm, cedar-scented air greets you. You step inside to find a private cabin filled with plush, navy blue cushions and a small table with a flickering candle. This train does not hurry. It moves at the pace of a slow, deep breath. As the train begins to move, focus on the sensation of the motion. It is a gentle, side-to-side sway, a rhythmic rocking that reminds you of a cradle. Rock and sway, rock and sway. Look out the window. The train is traveling through the cloud forests of Somnus. The trees here are tall and thin, with leaves that shimmer like silk. Between the trees, giant fireflies drift, their light fading in and out in perfect synchronization with the train's movement. Spend time describing each firefly. One is emerald green, one is pale gold, one is a soft, pulsing violet. They don't fly, they dance. They weave patterns in the air, patterns of rest, patterns of peace. As the Midnight Express glides forward, you decide to leave your cabin and walk toward the rear of the train. You move through the narrow corridor, your hand grazing the cool, dark wood of the walls. You reach a heavy door made of thick, frosted glass. As it slides open, you enter the observatory carriage. This carriage is different. There are no walls, only a continuous dome of transparent crystal that covers the entire space. It feels as if you are standing in the middle of the cosmos itself. The stars are so close, you feel you could reach out and pluck one from the velvet blackness. In the center of the carriage, there are circular velvet couches that rotate so slowly you can barely feel the movement. You lie down, looking straight up. You are watching the great aurora of Aethelgard. Long, shimmering ribbons of emerald, teal, and soft lavender light are dancing across the sky. They wave like giant silk curtains in a slow-motion breeze. Watch the green light as it folds into the purple. Watch the teal as it dissolves into the deep indigo. The movement is hypnotic. Your eyes follow the curve of a lavender ribbon as it stretches from one horizon to the other. It moves with the grace of a swan, shifting, flowing, never rushing. The Midnight Express begins to descend. The silver tracks now lay upon the surface of a sea of glass. This water is so still, so perfectly calm, that it is impossible to tell where the sea ends and the starry sky begins. As the train moves across the water, it leaves no wake, only a faint trail of glowing starlight that lingers for a few moments before sinking into the depths. Look down through the crystal floor of the carriage. Deep beneath the surface, you see the sunken cities of memory. They are built of white marble and glowing coral, standing in a state of eternal peace. The buildings are covered in a soft, glowing moss that pulses with a golden light. You see the silent courtyards, the empty plazas, and the long, winding staircases that lead to nowhere. There is no one there, only the quiet, cool water and the memory of old songs. The sound of the train changes again. Across the water, the wheels make a sound like a distant cello, a long, drawn-out note that resonates in your chest. The note is constant, a low vibration of safety and deep, deep rest. The train leaves the sea and enters a forest where the trees are made of solid sapphire. These are the whispering birches. Instead of leaves, blue paper lanterns hang from every branch, swaying gently as the train passes by. Inside each lantern is a single glowing spark of rest. These are the dreams that haven't been dreamed yet. As the train's light hits the sapphire bark, the entire forest erupts in a soft blue glow. It is a world of blue upon blue, cobalt, azure, navy, and sky. You watch a single lantern. It sways to the left, it sways to the right. Left and right. Left and right. The rhythm is perfect. It matches the rocking of the train. It matches the beating of your heart. You step out onto the mist. It feels like walking on a cloud. There are no clocks here. There are no schedules. There is only the vast open space of the dreaming isles. In the distance, you see a small lighthouse, the same one that whispered to the sea. Its light is rotating, a slow, golden arm of warmth that sweeps across the mist, touching you for a moment before moving on. Waiting for you on the platform is the weaver from the library. They hold a small wooden box. They open it, and inside is a single glowing feather from a phoenix of dreams. The weaver places the feather in your hand. It has no weight. It is made of pure peace. As you hold it, the mist around you begins to rise, wrapping around you like a warm, heavy blanket. The station fades. The train fades. The weaver fades. You are back in your own bed now, but the feather is still with you, tucked into your heart. You feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into the mattress. The world is gone. There is only the rhythm of your breath and the infinite starlit silence. As you step away from the station of eternal echoes, the mist beneath your feet begins to transform. You are no longer walking on clouds, but on the whispering sands. This is a vast, hidden valley where the dunes are made of crushed starlight, shimmering in shades of silver, rose, and pale gold. The sand is so fine, so soft, that every step you take feels like sinking into a warm, silk pillow. Shh, shh. The sound of the sand moving beneath your feet is like a lullaby played by the wind. You walk toward the center of the valley, where a single ancient hourglass tree stands. This tree doesn't have leaves. Its branches are filled with tiny glass orbs. Inside each orb, golden sand falls in slow motion, measuring the length of a single, perfect dream. As you stand under the tree, you hear the collective sound of 1,000 tiny hourglasses. It is a constant white noise, a soft, grainy shushing that clears every corner of your mind. You lean your back against the trunk of the tree. The wood is cool and smooth. You feel the slow passage of time vibrating through the bark, reminding you that there is no rush. There is only this moment. Beyond the dunes, you find the lake of liquid moonlight. The water here is not water at all. It is a pool of concentrated moonlight that has gathered in the valley over thousands of years. It is thick, glowing, and completely still. You sit at the edge of the lake and dip your fingers into the surface. It feels like cool cream. Where you touch the liquid, a ripple of soft white light spreads outward, moving so slowly that it takes minutes to reach the other side. As you watch the ripple, you see reflections of stars that don't exist in our sky, constellations of mythical creatures, of forgotten heroes, of peaceful kingdoms. The lake is a mirror of every beautiful thought ever conceived. The air above the lake is filled with glow moths. They are as large as your hand, with wings that look like stained glass. They flutter with a slow, heavy rhythm, and as they fly, they drop a fine, glowing dust that settles on your shoulders. It is the dust of forgetfulness. As it touches you, you forget the tasks of tomorrow. You forget the worries of yesterday. You are becoming as still as the lake. At the far end of the lake, there is an opening in the mountainside, the cave of eternal echoes. You enter, and the air immediately becomes warmer and carries the scent of ancient stone and honey. The walls of the cave are lined with giant crystals that pulse with a soft amber light. This cave has a unique quality. It catches the sound of the universe. If you listen very closely, you can hear the sound of the rotating planets, the hum of the distant suns, and the soft sigh of the galaxy. You find a natural hollow in the cave floor, lined with thick, velvet moss. You lie down, and the walls of the cave seem to curve around you like a protective shell. In this cave, every breath you take is echoed back to you, but softer. Inhale, and the cave breathes with you. Exhale, and the cave releases with you. You are no longer a person in the cave. You are part of the stone. You are part of the mountain. You are as heavy as the earth and as silent as the stars. In the deepest corner of the cave, the weaver from the library appears one last time. They are not reading now. They are sitting at a loom made of pure shadow. They are weaving the final thread of your journey, a thread made of the deepest indigo, the color of the midnight sky just before sleep takes over completely. The shuttle moves back and forth, back and forth. Swish, click, swish, click. The fabric they are making is your dream cloak. As the weaver finishes the last row, they stand and walk toward you. They drape the cloak over your body. It is heavy, warm, and smells like a summer night after a rainstorm. The journey is complete, the weaver whispers. The library is closed. The train has returned to the stars. The valley is silent. You feel a gentle tug, like a soft breeze pulling at a kite. The cave begins to dissolve. The lake of moonlight fades into the darkness. The hourglass tree becomes a distant memory. You are back. You are in your room. You are in your bed. The darkness around you is kind. The pillow beneath your head is the softest dune. The blanket over you is the weaver's cloak. Your heart is a slow, steady drum. Your mind is a clear, dark sky. You are sinking, falling, drifting, gone. Leave the cave behind, feeling the weight of the dream cloak on your shoulders. As you step out, you find that the ground has vanished, replaced by a staircase of clouds. These stairs are not solid, but they are firm enough to hold your weight. They feel like treading on cool, damp silk. With every step you take up, the air becomes thinner and purer. You are climbing toward the sky citadels of Nephos. With every step you take up, the air becomes thinner and purer. You are climbing toward the sky citadels of Nephos. The stars are no longer above you. They are all around you, drifting past like slow-moving fireflies in a dark ocean. Step and breathe. Step and release. The higher you go, the quieter it becomes. The sound of the world below, the rustle of leaves, the hum of the train, the whisper of the lake, all of it fades into a single, low-frequency vibration. It is the sound of the void, a comforting silence that hums in your bones. You reach the top of the stairs and stand before a gate made of woven moonlight. The gate opens without a touch, and you enter a city built entirely of frozen vapor and starlight. The buildings are translucent, shifting in color from a pale iridescent pearl to a deep royal violet. There are no streets here, only walkways made of soft, glowing fog. In the center of the citadel is the pool of eternal reflection. This pool doesn't reflect your face, it reflects your soul's peace. You look into the water and see a calm sea, a clear sky, and a single bird gliding without flapping its wings. You find a reclining lounge made of solid cloud matter. As you lie back, the cloud forms perfectly to the shape of your body, supporting every muscle, every joint. You feel as if you are weightless, floating in a sea of pure tranquility. The air here tastes like mountain rain and honey. You close your eyes, and the entire citadel begins to rotate slowly, very slowly, like a giant, silent carousel. You are becoming as transparent as the trees. You are becoming a vessel for the sound. You sit beneath a giant crystal willow, and its glass tresses fall around you, creating a private sanctuary of light and music. You are safe. You are hidden. You are at rest. Deep within the garden is the Hall of the Sleeping Sun. This is where the light of the day goes to rest during the night. The room is filled with a soft amber glow, the color of a sunset that never ends. The walls are lined with jars made of amber, and inside each jar is a single ray of sunshine, sleeping quietly. The warmth in this room is deep and penetrating. It reaches into your chest, warming your heart, softening your breath. In the center of the hall is a bed made of sun-warmed sand swans down. This is the final resting place of the journey. You lie down, and the amber light wraps around you like a second skin. Now, the Weaver appears for the absolute final time. They are not a person anymore, but a silhouette of stars. They lean over you and whisper a single word, a word that has no translation, but means absolute peace. As the word echoes through the hall, the citadel begins to dissolve. The crystal trees melt into starlight. The cloud stairs evaporate into the night. The Weaver turns into a soft purple mist. You are falling now, but you are not afraid. You are falling into the softest, deepest part of yourself. The journey is over. The story has returned to the silence from which it came. You are the silence. You are the night. You are sleep. From the Hall of the Sleeping Sun, you do not fall. You drift. You drift downward, passing through layers of cool evening air until you reach the surface of the deep silent sea. You don't splash. You enter the water like a dream enters a mind, seamlessly, softly, without a sound. The water is not cold. It is the temperature of a gentle breath. It is a thick, silken indigo. As you sink deeper, the light from the surface fades, replaced by the bioluminescent glow of the blue coral forest. Imagine the silence here. It is a heavy, rhythmic silence. You can hear the slow, distant pulse of the ocean's heart. Thump. Pause. Thump. Pause. You find that you can breathe this water. It is not liquid. It is pure, oxygenated peace. Every breath you take in this deep blue world feels like it is washing your lungs with silver light. You land softly on a bed of fine white sand that feels like powdered silk. Surrounding you is the forest of living lace. These are not trees, but giant, delicate structures of white coral that look like frozen spider webs. They sway in the slow undercurrent. Left and right. Left and right. Focus on one branch of coral. See the intricate patterns. It looks like the lace on an old, forgotten gown. Small glowing jellyfish, no larger than a fingernail, drift through the lace. They pulse with a soft, rhythmically dimming light. Glow and fade. Glow and fade. You follow one jellyfish with your eyes. It moves so slowly, defying gravity, dancing in the silent current. Your thoughts begin to mimic its movement. You are no longer thinking. You are simply observing the light. The pressure of the water against your skin feels like a heavy, weighted blanket, pressing you down into the sand, inviting you to stay, to rest, to disappear into the blue. At the center of the forest stands the Palace of Hollow Shells. It is a cathedral built from thousands of giant spiral conches. The walls are iridescent, shimmering with the colors of oil on water, pinks, greens, and soft golds. You walk through the entrance, and the sound changes. Inside the shells, the ocean's roar is amplified into a low, deep drone. It is a binaural hum. It vibrates in your ears, in your chest, in your very soul. It is the sound of the world's first lullaby. There are no doors here. There is only the flow of the water. You find a chamber where the floor is lined with giant soft sponges. You lie down, and the sponge rises up around you, cradling your limbs, supporting your head. Above you, the ceiling of the shell curves in a perfect Fibonacci spiral. You follow the line of the spiral with your eyes. Starting from the outside, moving inward, circling tighter and deeper toward the center, toward the point of absolute nothingness. Outside the palace chamber lies the garden of floating pearls. Here, thousands of perfect white pearls float in the water, suspended by invisible threads of gravity. They do not move. They are frozen in time. Each pearl contains a single happy memory. Not a big memory, but a small one. The smell of rain on hot asphalt. The feeling of a warm cup of tea. The sound of a cat purring. You reach out and touch a pearl. It vibrates softly against your skin, sending a wave of warmth through your arm. You don't need to remember the memory. You only need to feel its peace. You are surrounded by thousands of these tiny anchors of calm. They act as a shield, keeping the chaos of the outer world away. In this garden, there is only the blue, the silence, and the pearls. Eventually, a slow, powerful current begins to move through the palace. It is the great current of Aethelgard, the force that carries all dreams back to the surface of the mind. You don't fight it. You let it lift you from your bed of sponges. You feel yourself rising slowly through the indigo water. You pass the lace forest. You pass the glowing jellyfish. As you rise, the water becomes warmer. The indigo turns to violet. The violet turns to a soft, dark gray. You are approaching the boundary between the deep and the dream. From the hall of the sleeping sun, not fall. You drift. You drift downward, passing through layers of cool evening air until you reach the surface of the deep silent sea. You don't splash. You enter the water like a dream enters a mind, seamlessly, softly, without a sound. The water is not cold. It is the temperature of a gentle breath. It is a thick, silken indigo. As you sink deeper, the light from the surface fades, replaced by the bioluminescent glow of the blue coral forest. Imagine the silence here. It is a heavy, rhythmic silence. You can hear the slow, distant pulse of the ocean's heart. Thump. Pause. Thump. Pause. You find that you can breathe this water. It is not liquid, it is pure, oxygenated peace. Every breath you take in this deep blue world feels like it is washing your lungs with silver light. You land softly on a bed of fine white sand that feels like powdered silk. Surrounding you is the forest of living lace. These are not trees, but giant, delicate structures of white coral that look like frozen spider webs. They sway in the slow undercurrent. Left and right. Left and right. Focus on one branch of coral. See the intricate patterns. It looks like the lace on an old, forgotten gown. Small, glowing jellyfish, no larger than a fingernail, drift through the lace. They pulse with a soft, rhythmically dimming light. Glow and fade. Glow and fade. You follow one jellyfish with your eyes. It moves so slowly, defying gravity, dancing in the silent current. Your thoughts begin to mimic its movement. You are no longer thinking. You are simply observing the light. The pressure of the water against your skin feels like a heavy, weighted blanket, pressing you down into the sand, inviting you to stay, to rest, to disappear into the blue. At the center of the forest stands the Palace of Hollow Shells. It is a cathedral built from thousands of giant spiral conches. The walls are iridescent, shimmering with the colors of oil on water, pinks, greens, and soft golds. You walk through the entrance, and the sound changes. Inside the shells, the ocean's roar is amplified into a low, deep drone. It is a binaural hum. It vibrates in your ears, in your chest, in your very soul. It is the sound of the world's first lullaby. There are no doors here. There is only the flow of the water. you find a chamber where the floor is lined with giant soft sponges. You lie down, and the sponge rises up around you, cradling your limbs, supporting your head. Above you, the ceiling of the shell curves in a perfect Fibonacci spiral. You follow the line of the spiral with your eyes. Starting from the outside, moving inward, circling, tighter and deeper toward the center, toward the point of absolute nothingness. Outside the palace chamber lies the garden of floating pearls. Here, thousands of perfect white pearls float in the water, suspended by invisible threads of gravity. They do not move. They are frozen in time. Each pearl contains a single happy memory. Not a big memory, but a small one. The smell of rain on hot asphalt. The feeling of a warm cup of tea. The sound of a cat purring. You reach out and touch a pearl. It vibrates softly against your skin, sending a wave of warmth through your arm. You don't need to remember the memory. You only need to feel its peace. You are surrounded by thousands of these tiny anchors of calm. They act as a shield, keeping the chaos of the outer world away. In this garden, there is only the blue, the silence, and the pearls. Eventually, a slow, powerful current begins to move through the palace. It is the great current of Aethelgard, the force that carries all dreams back to the surface of the mind. You don't fight it. You let it lift you from your bed of sponges. You feel yourself rising slowly through the indigo water. You pass the lace forest. You pass the glowing jellyfish. As you rise, the water becomes warmer. The indigo turns to violet. The violet turns to a soft, dark gray. You are approaching the boundary between the deep and the dream. As the great current carries you back to the shoreline, you find yourself in the valley of the ancient sand cloaks. Here, time does not move in a straight line. It circles like a slow golden hawk. Scattered across the valley are thousands of giant hourglasses made of hand-blown glass and dark mahogany. But instead of sand, they are filled with crushed starlight. You walk to the largest one, as tall as a house. You watch as a single grain of starlight falls from the top bulb to the bottom. Watch the grain. It falls so slowly, drifting in the air, spinning once, spinning twice, and finally settling on the pile below. In this valley, it takes 1,000 years for one hourglass to empty. You sit beside it and match your heart rate to the falling grains. Drop. and rest. Drop and rest. There is no tomorrow here. There is no soon. There is only the eternal, shimmering now. Part 42. The Library of Unwritten Books, the heart of Aethelgard. You return to the library. Ari, where we first began, but you are in the very center, the vault of the unwritten. This room has no shelves. The books float in the air, held up by the sheer weight of their own peace. These books contain all the stories that have no ending. They are stories of quiet afternoons, of long walks in the fog, of the way the moon looks on a calm lake. You reach out and open a book made of silver leaves. The pages are blank, but as you look at them, scenes begin to form from your own breath. You see yourself sleeping. You see yourself dreaming. You see yourself waking up, feeling refreshed and light. The book is not telling you a story. It is giving you a promise of rest. You place the book back into the air and watch it drift upward, merging with the thousands of others until they look like a soft, glowing cloud. The weaver appears one last time, but they are larger now, composed of the entire night sky. They are working at a loom that stretches from the floor to the stars. They are weaving the final blanket of Aethelgard. It is made of indigo, obsidian, and the faintest silver thread of a comet's tail. As they weave, the sound of the loom becomes the only sound in the universe. Swish. Click. Swish. Up. The weaver takes the finished blanket and drapes it over the entire world. It covers the lighthouse. It covers the sea. It covers the library. And finally, it covers you. It is heavy, it is warm, it is the end of the journey. Now we let the images go. The library doors fade into a mist of lavender. The silver stairs dissolve into the dark. The sound of the sea becomes a faint echo in a distant shell. You are no longer traveling. You have arrived. There is nothing left to see. There is nothing left to hear. There is only the sensation of your own body, heavy and safe, sinking into the perfect dark velvet of the night. The journey is done. The story is sealed. The rest is yours.